Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. It is Tuesday and it is my to be continued live. How is everybody doing? It is 2 o'clock, so I am going to get right with it today, and I'm going to remind you that I will not be on Easter Sunday. I know everybody will be busy and doing their thing that day, so I will not be on. Okay, let's get started. If you will sprinkle, if you enjoy yourself here, I appreciate it if you sprinkle. Thank you, Carol, you're awesome. That's just how I grow, and it makes me really happy if you share my page. Here is my host code for those of you who may need it. And thank you to everyone who has ordered this morning already. Some of you are up bright and early, earlier than me even, and got your orders in. That was very, very smart. If you don't know my website, you can, here it is right here. You can shop with me at beverlystamps.stampinup.net. There's my YouTube channel as well. Share with everybody you know who you think might like to stamp or watch my replays. They can go to Beverly Morales Stampin' Up on YouTube and see them there. Email me anytime you'd like at mofun44@icloud.com. I've had a very busy day again, unexpected, and I am home alone with Mom right now. So if she comes in, I'm just going to let you guys know that she might do that because I told her I'm out here. So just, I know you're patient with that. I did not have time to pick a winner for this card, and it's a beautiful, beautiful card. So what I did was the first person I saw come up today is winning this card, and that is Carol Schaefer. Carol, this card is for you. I will put it in the mail tomorrow. Congratulations. Okay, so I have my annual catalog here because my to be continued is going to be a different set. It is going to be sets that are changing in the new catalog. This one is called Cheerful Baskets. You're welcome. Oh, I'm so glad you love it, Carol. Thank you for always being here and sharing my channels and my Facebook page. I really appreciate you. And you were the first person I saw pop up, so there you go. All right, Cheerful Basket. It's a darling set. I love this set. I really love the baskets and the apples and the hearts. I haven't played too much with the crafty supplies, but it's fun. And I haven't played with the kitty. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't get the dies. That was a complete mistake on my part. I don't know how I missed that. So I have been fussy cutting things out. But I wanted to let you know that after May 1st, it will no longer be sold in a bundle. So I'm going to wait till after May 1st, till May 2nd, and I will order just the dies because I already have the stamp set. Silly me, don't know how I did that, but I did. I'm going to remind you of what I used Sunday in case you're interested in this set, Cottage Rose, or the bundle that's retiring. So it's on page 57. That is what I used to make this card that Carol just won. Hi, Deborah. Okay, what other pages did I mark? Here's the Abigail Rose Designer Series paper that I used on that card as well on page 131. And then I'm going to swing over to the layering circle dies. They are retiring and they are not going to be on sale. Hi, Annie. So I'm using those today. This makes me sad because I use these a lot. Okay, send it to me, Carol. Hi, Sonia. Also, I am using the scallop contour dies on this card, and I know most of you, if not all of you, have those dies already. They are not retiring. They're not going anywhere, but I am using them today. Okay. In addition, I am using the polka dot folder. This is a cute card, and I don't know what it is about polka dots, but I just think they're so cute. So out of the basic folders, online exclusives, Here's their number. I am using the polka dot folder. Here is the Cheerful Basket stamp set number, and this is the bundle number. But remember, if you want the bundle, the 10% savings, you've got to order that before May 2nd. On May 2nd, they will be sold separately. I am using the Stamparatus again, but I need to tell everybody that they're all gone. So if you don't have a Stamparatus, I'm just really sorry, but I need it for this card because I'm showing you a little technique. But there's other placement tools out there that you might be able to get and do the same thing with. I'm using my piercing mat and the 2022-2024 in color Baker's twine, the retiring dragonfly trinkets, my old olive light, you can use light or dark blend, and my cherry cobbler, oops, dropped off the top, the light cherry cobbler, hi Pam, blend, and my water painter and a little bit of water in a cup. My ink pads are Daffodil Delight, Cherry Cobbler, and Early Expresso. Hi, Joan. Okay, let me show you the card, and then we're going to get going. I just love this basket, bucket, whatever you want to call it. I think it's a basket. Well, the name of the set is Cheerful Basket, so it's definitely a basket. And when I stamp it, I'm going to show you the difference of my basket, this basket here, and the basket in the image. Okay, so that's one of the things I did differently. I put the focal point on the scalloped circle die, and then I mounted everything on the contour rectangle dies. And if you look closely, you'll see that they are layered on the polka dot folder dies, folder. So this card is also stamped on the shimmer white cardstock, which is retiring. These little dragonflies are retiring. And the bundle is retiring, but you can still get the stamp set and the dies separately. Okay, so let's get started with that. Yeah, you have to get this set. It's really, really cute. What I like about this basket so much is not only just the hearts, the apples, and the craft supplies that you can fill it with. For instance, you can take your ovals and you can make Easter eggs right now and fill it full of Easter eggs. You can fill it full of flowers. You can fill it with the critters, you know, whatever you want to put in the basket, anything at all. So I fell in love with this basket, but I wanted to show you how to make it look a little different too. Okay. So I'm going to start by getting the polka dot folder, embossing this with the polka dot folder so we can be done with that. Got the dropsies. So right now I'm kind of out of breath because the pool guy was here and he was walking around the pool and I'm like, no, please, nothing be wrong with my pool. Please, please, please. Well, there wasn't. He was trying to find he said that the automatic fill had turned off for some reason, blah, blah, blah. And he found it. Anyway, phew. So I was out there last minute and then he knocked on my door when I was coming out here. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go. So that was the last thing that happened. Today was the nurses visited my mom and Ken's went to a doctor's appointment. And so I did not show you my face today because I am still in my workout clothes and all of that. But the main thing is I'm here, right? And we're getting our card done. All right, so there's my polka dots. And this is Cherry Cobbler cardstock. And I am going to put that on the card right away, just so we're done with that part. So I hope your day hasn't been as crazy as mine. It's one thing after another, it just seems. All right, so now This piece is not cut down 4 by 5 1/4, which is a layer piece normally. So what I do, it's the same size as the card. So what I do is I stand it up. Once I lay it down on top of the card base, I stand it up so I can get it even. Hi, Jocelyn, welcome. And then it's got the glue on it so you can move it around if you need to. I got all my thank you cards for the month done, so I was happy with that. We'll do the inside in a minute. Okay, so there's the card base with the layer piece. Then remember on this card here that I made on Sunday, I had put ink on the timber folder and I used it to make the fence, the lattice as this card is called. Well, I did it again here on another little scrap piece. And then I took my paper trimmer and I cut strips just under a 1/2 inch wide. So there's one, and there's another. So I've got these ready. So I showed you how to ink up your folder and run your paper through to get this look. So I'm not going to repeat that. And then I'm going to stamp my basket. Okay, here's a piece of shimmer paper where I'm going to stamp my basket. And I have to fussy cut out my basket because, like I told you, for some odd reason, I did not get the dies. I still don't know how I did that, but I did. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up really well. Take my paper piercing mat and stamp this down and then cut it out with my snips. Hi, Pamela. I know the polka dots are just adorable. You'll find those on the online exclusives. They're not in the catalog. So you just go to my website and go to online exclusives and you'll see them there. Okay, so there's the basket. So see how different that basket looks when it's stamped? Then it looks like mine. Mine looks totally different. So I just thought that was fun to have 2 different styles baskets. This is not a big deal to cut out, fussy cut out, because it's large and it's, you know, almost a square. But I definitely will get the dies for this set. That's why I haven't used the kitty in this set and all that yet, because I didn't have the dies. So I have to correct that problem. Okay, fussy cutting this out. There we go. See, that was fast. Okay. Now I took these 2 little bit less, like a 1/16 of an inch less than, I think I wanted even thinner. So I'm going to go back to my paper trimmer. So this was a little bit less than a 1/2 inch. I'm going to go down a little bit more. So what I'm going to do, when I want a sliver, I put my paper on the gray part of the trimmer, the end of it, right on the cutting track. It's gray. So I put the edge of the paper on the edge of the cutting track, and I'm going to cut that. So see the sliver it just cut off? So let's go back now and look. Yes, perfect. Okay, so I'll do the same thing, the edge of my paper onto the gray part, the dark gray part of my trimmer. Cut off a little slice. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take my glue, and I am just going to place glue on the basket slats, because I'm going to cover them up with my wood slats that I made. So I'm just squeezing to get the glue to flow and then pushing it around with the nose of the nozzle so I can get an even glue on there. All right, and then I'm just going to set this down right on top. Yes, I have overhang, and that's what I want. So I will just cut it off as soon as that sets up. I'm going to give it a second to set up, and while it's setting up, I'm going to take my blend. This is cherry cobbler, and I always love a red handle on a basket. I think it's very vintage. So there we go. Okay, so let's look at my basket again. We're getting there, right? You need a blending brush, and then I am going to go back to the espresso ink. And I'm going to ink up my blending brush. I put my pointer finger on the back of the brush, and I press into the pad. Now it's set up so I feel comfortable turning it over and just trimming this down. If you didn't let it set up, it might slip around on you. Okay, so there we go. Isn't that cute? Just another look. Looks super pretty with flowers in it. And then we're going to take most of the ink off the brush and come on to the basket just to get it not so stark. Get some brown on that. I'm going over it lightly just to get full coverage, and then I'm going to come back to get the highlights. Okay, so more ink here. Off on the paper still. Now you guys know why I go off the paper, right? I don't go right directly onto my project because I'll get a blob there, and I want to come up and have it smooth. So I'd rather just get more ink, blot it off, and come up smooth and get it dark a little at a time. And this highlights for me. See that? Done. Okay. So my basket is ready. I put it over here, and now I am going to take my circle and my Stamparatus. I'm going to lay my circle down, take my magnets and place them on the end so it will not move. Keep them far from each other so they don't cling and possibly break. And now I'm going to stamp my apples. So here's the apples. And you don't always need to use red. There are green apples too, right? So you can have green apples, a little bit different. Set my stamp down where I want my apples to be. Put the stamp set under this acrylic here. Close down the acrylic and press to get my stamp onto the acrylic. Now I can take my cherry cobbler ink and apply it to the stamp and stamp it down onto my circle. Now if it doesn't come out perfect the first time, it's perfectly okay because that's what the Stamparatus is for. So it's a little bit light up there. So I will go back again and darken this up. Still dark. I mean, still light. So I'm going to concentrate on that part of the stamp and see why either I'm not inking it up enough or I'm not pressing in the right spot hard enough. There we go. Okay, so now we've got it good. All right, so now I want to color. I'm going to take this acrylic off right now. But I want to color my apples before I take them off the Stamparatus. And the reason is because when I'm done coloring, I want to re-stamp it again. So I've got my water painter here, and because it's slightly wet, I don't have water in the reservoir, I don't have water in here, I just went to my little bucket of water and wet the tip of the brush, and then I grab the cherry cobbler ink, and it will run and melt right into our project. Oh, my husband's home, so if Mom, he just got in, so if Mom needs something, he'll take care of it. That makes me feel better. Okay. So I'm just going to grab the ink. See where these two little lines are, the highlighted area? Just grab those and pull the color from the outline of the apple and just use that ink. Now, I love shimmer white paper for this. I love to watercolor on shimmer white paper, but we are still going to have the watercolor paper. I don't like to watercolor on just regular basic white paper, cardstock, because it could, it's not meant for it, and it could get weak, and it could even ball up. So the shimmer paper is good for watercoloring, and so is the watercolor paper, of course. Okay, so now I'm going to take my green fine point. This is Old Olive. Mine is light. And I'm just going to go inside, tapping. I'm just tapping. I'm really not coloring onto the leaves just to get the green leaves in there. Guys are awful quiet. Okay. Take your time on this. These are little images, the leaves are. I'm trying to stay in the lines. Okay. Making supper. What are you making for supper? All right, so now I like this. I think I want a little bit more of this apple. Blend it a little bit better. Hi, Jean. I like this, but I think I'll like it even more if I ink up this one more time after I'm done coloring it to deepen the outlines. Since I stole from them to watercolor, this will deepen it. Ooh, English muffin pizzas. That sounds good, and salad. No, that's not boring. Sounds super good to me. Of course, anybody that cooks for me, I appreciate them so much. So there you go. Now everything's darker again. Okay, so that was my little trick on that. Now, while I've got this out, well, let me do this. Look how cute. See? So darling. Okay, so now that I've got this out, let's take the contour die. Oops, I didn't poke out the little pieces on the bottom there. Okay, and I'll try to line that up on a grid paper line. So this is a Stamparatus grid paper. I'd rather be stamping, I know, huh? I know. And then I'm going to take off this acrylic, since it has my apples on it, and I will go to my other acrylic. And I need my stamp set. And happiness, you fill my day with happiness. Okay, set that down towards the top and as straight as you can get it. Hi, Stephanie. And then grab it with your acrylic. my early espresso ink. Tap, tap, tap onto the stamp. And stamp it down. Okay, that's a little light for my liking. Now when we get these brand new ink pads, this one obviously needs to be re-inked. We get these brand new ink pads, the images are going to be so dark for a while, and then we'll have to start re-inking them, right? So I placed my order this morning, and I did something that I've never done before. I spoiled myself. I did overnight air shipping. Whew! That was my treat because thanks to you guys, I earned a lot of things through my celebration sales and through some other things I could redeem. I earned quite a bit for free. So I treated myself and I said, you know, I really don't want to wait a week and a half or whatever it's going to take for my order to come. So I did 1 day air. So hopefully it's here tomorrow, but if not, the next day, right? I don't know. I've never done 1 day air, so I'm very literal. I expect it tomorrow, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so there's that. Here's both my acrylics back on my stamp apparatus. And I'm going to close up my ink pads and come over to my Daffodil Delight color and back to my circle. I'm going to grab a dauber. Now this one seems clean. It's the same daubers I was using on the chalks the other day. And I am going to just bring out a little bit of sunshine here. And then on the other, with the other dauber, go back to the espresso. I could have just used my blending brush because it's got espresso on it already. But if you don't have them, you could use your daubers or your sponges. Okay. You could even put green here for grass. I'm putting the espresso for earth tone type. Okay. And then I'm going to glue my basket right under the apples. But before I do that, I want to show you, where did they go? There they are. Here are the hearts. Here are the craft supplies. So you could just do so many things with this little set. It's so cute. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to put glue. My finger was right there, so I will not go past that. Push it around. And then stick it down onto the circle. Okay, now I'm going to come over to my card and I'm ready to put that on. Now, this one, I'm late to the party. That's okay. I'm going to turn it over. Nope, I'm not going to turn it over. I'm going to take my tool, my stylus from my Simply Score tool, and I'm going to take the finer end, and I am going to press on the apples. I've shown you this before. The reason I'm using the finer end right now is because I want to get a real good definition on where these apples are on the back side. And then when what I call color in the apples from the other side, I'll use the bigger ballpoint. It's just a little faster, and I probably would not make a hole with the bigger ball. Okay, so now when I turn this over, see, I can see the outline. This is another one of my favorite techniques. I've been doing it forever. Everybody that comes to my classes knows that. And I just think it's so fun to have these apples look like they're dimensional, like they're just real, and they're just popping right out of that basket. Okay. Now, if you're not flowing really well, you have a piece of wax paper here in your stamp room with you. I don't have one right now. I forgot to get it. I'm going to see if one of my clear envelopes will help. But can you tell how it's popping out now? If you haven't seen this done before, it's really cool. Now, this was moistened. This paper was moistened, remember, with the water painters. So it's a little soft. So I would rather scribble on the back a few times than press really hard and make a hole. Where I see the little green dots, those are the leaves. The blends go through the paper so you can see the leaves. And now I've got dimensional apples. You can see when I stand it up better this way that you can see that they just pop out. And I like to just keep going until they're really defined. Okay, now to help them stay like that, I go to my dimensionals, and you know how we save the ends of the dimensionals? We use those as well. We never want to throw those away. They're good. I cut them up. And then I stick them right in the little, what I'm calling the indentations that I just made. And that'll help help them stay poking out, even if you send them in the mail and they get, you know, smashed in transport. Let's see, one more here, and I think there's two more there. Yep. So just going to put those there, and then it helps it, that's what you could stick it down with as well. Okay, so I'm going to pull all these paper backs off. Not been making my black lines lately, and then I have to check to make sure I got all the papers off. I got to remember to do that again. That was a fun trick, and I got away from it for a while. All right, so I'm placing this down. And those apples, just hold it down and pop up. You can even take your stylus tool, again and push right here so you get that real good definition right there. Okay. So the baker's twine. There's holes in these contour dies, which I think are perfect for ribbon. Oh, thank you, guys. I think it just screams, put ribbon in me, put ribbon in me. So let's do that. We're going to line up. We're going to use a hole that lines up with the top of the basket. Come around. And come back through this same hole on the other side, so they're level. And then just come across the top of the basket and make your bow over here on the left is where I'm making mine, because I don't want to block the red little handle of the basket. You guys all ready for Easter? I have to make some lemon bars. I have to fill up my great-granddaughter's little baskets. They're coming over on Saturday. But I have all the stuff. I just have to, but I don't want to fill them up too early, so I'm not going to fill them up until probably Friday night, because they're coming Saturday morning. They're getting popular. They got to go to a birthday party in the afternoon, so we've got them for the morning. Okay, so there we go. Now I thought, you know, that's cute and all, but it just needs one little something something. So I took the dragonfly trinkets. Those of you that have them, I know you love them. And just place that like it's flying down. Breakfast at church. That's always nice. I enjoy those. Those are always nice. Usually I work them. Usually I don't do the cooking, but I do the serving at church. I like to do that. I haven't done it in a while because of my mom, you know, staying home with my mom, but I used to do it all the time, and I really enjoy talking to everybody as they come down the line, making sure everybody has what they need. And then look, when you add it to the cherry cobbler card base, how cute that is. It's just a simple card, but I wanted to mention this set to you because I've enjoyed it this whole time I've had it. And, you know, if you don't get it if you wait, it's not going to be sold as a bundle. Good thing it didn't go away without me getting the dies. I'm grateful for that. So I can see the cat sitting there. You know, what else is on there? There's a little butterfly, and inspired by you. So I don't think I'm going to sending you some get well cheer. I don't think I'm going to stamp the inside of mine because I don't know what I'm going to use it for. So I will place a layer piece in here now. So when I know where I'm going to send it, to who I'm going to send it, I can stamp the appropriate sentiment in there. All right, what do you guys think? No, it's not retiring. The bundle is retiring as a bundle, but you'll still be able to get the stamp set and the dies separately. So you lose the 10% discount if you wait. Hi, Marie. All right, you guys, I'm working on my little treats or my little make and takes for Thursday for the open house. So if you're coming, please, please, please RSVP so I have enough for you. They're really cute. They're in the house right now in a tray, so I can't show them to you, but I showed them to you on Sunday. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Lori. All right, I'm going to go. You guys have a blessed Easter. Have fun with your family, and he has risen. All right, guys, we will see you next Tuesday. I might do some pop-ups because I miss you guys too much, but I'm not going to promise. Okay, and send me your address, Carol. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.